It was quite an accomplishment. Maybe getting their South Region trophy there.
I think they definitely earned it if they finished 16-0 in the South Region. If you look at the scores on how badly they beat all the teams in the regular season, it looks like they're averaging almost 90 points a game.
They are. They're averaging 92 points a game and they're only giving up 54 points a game. So, I mean, they're shooting and making a lot of threes and play a lot of players off the bench that are able to, you know, stretch the defense. And had some really good conversation with both coaches earlier this week, so it'll be interesting to see how their game plans unfold.
You're the coach of South Puget Sound. What's your mindset, your mentality going with the team against like Lane? What do you tell your players?
Well, she just really talked about they don't have anything to lose. Again, pretty new to the tournament. You know, interesting. Both of these coaches were Player of the Year in their conferences, or in their respective leagues, really. But talking with her, you know, she talked about how they went against the boys team all week in practice to try to simulate the size, the speed, and the athleticism that Lane brings. So I think they feel confident. You know, they're going to stay their game plan. They're just going to do what they do, and you know, whatever it is at the end of the day, they'll just be proud of that effort.
Like you said, they got nothing to lose. Let's give you the starting lineups for both teams. First, for South Puget Sound, number 3, Kayla Jackson, number 10, Sheree Trotter, number 23, Peyton Foster, number 24, Brandy Tobin, and number 33, Jenny Goldberry. Players to watch on South Puget Sound will be Sheree Trotter, who averages 16 points a game, as well as Jenny Goldberry with 11 points a game. Meanwhile, for the undefeated Titans, number 3, Morgan Cooper, number 4, Kendra McAninch, number 20, Maddie Birch, number 23, Bella Hamill, and number 45, Sarah Moss. Players to watch out for the Titans will be Sierra Sheppel and also Bella Hamill. Sheppel, who averages 16 points a game, with Hamill, who averages 14 points a game. Only close game that really Lane had to battle with all season long was Clackamas back on February 5th. That was an 86-81 matchup.
Yeah, both of them were great contests.
Exactly. I'm sure some of us want to see a Lane and Clackamas final. Keep in mind that Clackamas also plays later today at 10 o'clock at night.
These two teams did meet earlier in the year. Trotter was not suited up for that game, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what the game plan is now that they've played each other. They really watched that game film, kind of learn from it.
That game was back on December 4th at South Puget Sound when Lane won 82-59. Lane even, in fact, went into triple digits a few times this season. It's like the highest they ever scored was 108 points. That was back on November 30th. 108-53 was the final on that one. I think it's safe to say this team is good. They can beat you in many ways. And it's one of the reasons why they are undefeated.
You know, they are right across the street from U of O, and having that tie, you know, with the assistant coach, Jack Graves. His dad has won a few games or so. So I'm curious how much of that that he's brought in to help, you know, Greg with the Titans and their style of play over the last couple of years.
Just amazing what they got going down there in Eugene, Oregon. Starting lineup being announced right now for Lane.
The Lane players really racked up a ton of postseason awards. As you saw, those results came out a couple of days ago, and I mean, freshman of the year in Bella Hamill, first team all defense, you know, and Maddie Birch, Sierra Sheppel coming off the bench, you know, an Arlington product here nearby, first team all league as a freshman. A couple honorable mention players as well, so really well-rounded, very competitive, really well coached.
Obviously, your South Puget Sound, you're looking for the upset, the ultimate upset in the tournament.
Well, Lane was the overall #1, I believe, of the 4 #1. So,
like you said, if you're South Puget Sound, you got nothing to lose today. Give it all you got. So we're just about ready for tip-off. Sit back, relax, enjoy this one. South Puget Sound and the Lane Titans. Tip is up and controlled by the Titans. It's number 4, Kendra McAnich. McAnich over for Birch. McAnich, she's going to spin, drive it down the lane. That's going to get rejected, however.
Called the foul, a little bit too much contact.
Looks like they could call a foul. So McAnich will go to the line. 5'6" sophomore from Reno, Nevada. First free throw is no good.
Lane's got a couple Nevada kids on their roster this year.
Yeah.
#1, Addie Malone, who comes off the bench, plays at Centennial High School. They've won a few championships there.
And miscommunication there. It's a turnover right away for South Puget Sound. Good energy by the South Puget Sound bench so far. Trying to bring their energy to this game. Meanwhile, left wide open for 3 is number 3, Morgan Cooper. Knocked down the first bucket of the game.
Allows Lane an opportunity to get into a little full court pressure as well.
The Clippers is Sheree Trotter. South Puget Sound looks a little bit not in rhythm right now. Kayla Jackson looking to drive right now. Puts it up, and that one's no good.
Good early help. Here's they try to get out and push in transition. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Shot goes up. They're perfectly fine with that, as long as the right person's shooting at the right time.
Miscommunication there right now. And it's Tobin down low. For Jackson in the corner, back to Tobin. Tobin for Jackson. Jackson looking to drive, kicks it back out to Trotter. Trotter, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. She's going to drive. Little floater is no good. Getting the offensive rebound. Was Tobin, but that was no good either.
The South Puget Sound isn't a team that shoots a lot of threes. They just average 16 a game, so they're definitely looking to attack the rim more. So it'll be interesting to see how Lane, what kind of ball screen defense are they packing it in, and then they've got to turn in box, to get any kind of those rebounds coming off sharp.
There's a turnover by Lane.
Maybe some early nerves.
And Sheree Trotter with the ball. Goes off to Jackson. Kayla Jackson off the ball screen. She's going to drive, put it up. Can't get it to go. And a hard foul right there. And Goldsberry, and she's going to go to the line.
Yeah. Kayla Jackson did a good job of just being patient coming off the ball screen. Lane's kind of playing in that plug position, so they're allowing her to come off with a clean look, but again, just trying to stay between her and the hoop, and she just kept attacking until they had to make a decision to stop her or allow her to dump it off.
Goldsberry, the 6'2" freshman. Second free throw is good. And South Puget Sound is on the board. It's a 4-1 lead for Lane. Here comes McAnich down into the front court, kicks it off. That three-pointer is no good by Hamill. South Puget Sound with the rebound, and here they come the other way. Brandy Tobin. Goldsberry gives it off to Trotter. Trotter Drives down the lane. Hands it on over to Foster, but couldn't get that one to go. And away goes Lane in McAnich. McAnich, she's going to drive down the lane aggressively, put it up. That one's no good.
Pushing that tempo. Third shot in a row that's before the 20-second mark on the shot clock.
So Birch to inbound. And it's McAnich. Back to Birch in the far corner. Birch drives down baseline, kicks it off.
Good extra pass.
Around the horn they go. However, that three-pointer by Cooper is no good. There's Trotter. Trying to dish it down low to Foster. That's a turnover by Puget Sound. McAnich. Gets it off in the corner. It's Cooper. Cooper back to McAnich. McAnich over to Birch. Birch takes it back out. Now drives in. And she's going to get fouled. It's going to be Tobin with the foul.
Did a good job. I mean, they just started 1 of 4 from the three-point line, and typically they shoot above 38%. So finding another way to get some points on the board.
A little bit of a slow start right now for both teams. But if you're South Puget Sound, you'll take that. Still only down by 3.
No question.
Checking in for South Puget Sound is number 1, Honeylet Padazdow. First free throw is good for Birch. And the second one is good.
Kind of getting some full court pressure here.
Checking in for Lane as well as number 1, Addie Malone. So Sheree Trotter takes it to the front court. She'll give it off to Foster. Foster looking to drive. Picks up her dribble, kicks it back out to Trotter. Over to Padazdo on the far side. And Foster's going to get a foul called. It's going to go up against Bella Hamming, or Sarah Ball rather, of Lane. There's going to be another substitution coming in. It's going to be number 3, Morgan Cooper. And Ball will take a seat. Now let's put Padazdow to Jackson. Back over to Trotter. Padazdow. She's going to take the mid-range jump shot. That one's no good. Battle for the rebound. It comes into the hands of Foster. Pick the kick back out to Trotter. Over for Foster, drive baseline, and she loses it. And here comes Lane.
Yeah, couldn't take an opportunity on that second chance.
Malone all the way, can't get the layup to go, and it's Jackson. Up for Trotter, too far ahead for her, and here comes Lane once again.
See if they're going to take an early shot or try to settle it down here a little bit.
And Malone in and out. Coming in for the rebound was Hamill. However, that's going to be a foul on...
she might have stepped on the baseline there off of that offensive rebound attempt.
Yeah, we just stepped on the baseline, so it goes back to South Puget Sound. 6-1 is our score in the early stages of the game. And Trotter right now into the front court. She's going to drive, puts it up, and good. Sheree Trotter. It's 6-3 in favor of Lane. And left wide open in the corner is Sheppel. She knocks down the 3. Now Sheree Trotter coming off the ball screen. Gives it off to number 35, King. That one's no good. They're going to let it go out of bounds. It'll be Lane basketball.
That's a shot you're willing to give up if you're Lane defensively. You know, and hopefully South Puget Sound can keep up their ability to attack and get into the lane.
Exactly. 6-3 is our score. 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
9-3 is our score right now. 4:29 left to go in this one. Lane with the ball. There's Hamill driving in. There's McAnish with the kick out. Number 10, and McKinney. That one's no good. And up ahead is South Puget Sound. Trotter. She's going to put it in for the layup. Nice bucket in transition for the Clippers. We got a foul call on the Clippers. And here's Malone. Kicks it in the corner to McKinney. McKinney for three. That's good. Emma McKinney knocks down the three-pointer. It's a 12-5 lead for Lane. Meanwhile, here's Jackson driving in, and that's going to be picked off by Hamill, and away goes McAnish. McAnish. And wide open. Unable to knock that one down. And South Puget Sound with the rebound. Now it's Padazdow. So Trotter, and they'll reset. Trotter looking to drive.
Ooh, a little offensive foul there.
Yeah.
It's a great attempt at splitting it, but she split it high and looks like she got maybe her right forearm across the face of the Lane player.
They're going to call that one every time if you do that. So back ahead is Lane. And it's McAnish. McAnish falls, but he's going to get fouled.
Hip check. We're already into team foul number 5, so they're already on the free throw line for the rest of the quarter here.
3:09 left to go in this one. 12-5 is our score. Number 1 Lane taking on the South Puget Sound Clippers. First free throw is no good for McAnish.
I was talking to Coach Shelley earlier in the week, and he just talked about how teams have found different ways to try to, stay in games with them, and sometimes it's been front iron there. They get the offensive rebound and put back, and can't convert that time, but deploying, slowing it down, really working the ball on the offensive end, limit possessions, but Trotter's going to go to the cup like that every time she gets. But you guys talked about teams playing, slow down in the half court, moving the ball. We've seen that a little bit today. Teams playing zone against them. And so he feels like they're pretty prepared to play against any kind of different defensive style.
Really, anything they throw at them, they can beat you in that way. Sheree Trotter to the line. And first free throw is off the mark.
That's probably one of the things that stand out the most about South Puget Sound is their ability to convert when they get to the free throw line. That could hurt them down the stretch if they're staying this game long.
And that one's good. And substitution, checking back in, will be number 23, Peyton Foster. Here's the Clippers right now. They're still hanging around. Getting near the end of the first quarter, so can't complain about the start that you've had. There's a foul right there on South Puget Sound. Nikisha King.
They certainly are coming out strong and confident, and a lot of energy on the bench, getting them going.
Just try and hang around as much as you can, and you'll never know. Emma McKinney at the line. She's going to put that one in. And that one's good as well. Let's back up ahead. Honeylet Padazdow. Kicks it off to King. King back to Padazdow. Padazdow. She's looking to drive. Floater is no good. Rebounded by Lane.
I think that length defensively affected that shot a little bit.
It's Birch looking to drive. Kick it out. Hamill for three. That's no good. Hamill gets her own rebound. Kicks it off to Sheppel. Sheppel, she's going to fire three. That one's no good either. Lane with another offensive rebound, and Birch. Birch will kick it out to McKinney. Over to McAnich. McAnich, floater is good.
Boy, they've just been putting her at that high post nail situation and feeding it to her and letting her just go to work. I mean, she's a little undersized, but great job of just slashing to the rim.
We're going to take a timeout here from South Puget Sound. Looks like it's only going to be a 30-second timeout.
Hey, NWAC fans, check out the official NWAC merchandise. Find masks, beanies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. The NWAC is more than sports. Visit nwacstore.com.
Sell online tickets directly from your school's website. Scan digital or printed tickets with the Hometown Gate app. And get immediate access to ticket revenue with real-time reporting. At no cost to your school. It's that easy to bring touchless ticketing to your hometown. Hometown.
5 of their 6 points, so they got to find some other scoring here.
Trotters definitely came to play for South Puget Sound. See who else can help her out. Let's put Padazdow with the ball for Jackson. Jackson looking to drive. Hands it off. Foster. Foster trying to find, I believe it was Goldsberry down low, but that gets stolen by Lane. And here comes Birch in the corner. For Sheppel. Back over to Hamill. Hamill, she's going to drive. That's so good. Rebounded by Padazdow. Here comes South Puget Sound. Long baseball pass, and that one did not go anywhere.
A little bit too much underneath that. Allowed the defense to get under it, too.
A good throw. Just not enough. It looks like Hamill gets fouled, or McKinney rather gets fouled on the other end. And Sheree Trotter checks back in for the Clippers. First free throw is no good. Again, coming into this game for Lane on a 26-game winning streak, had an undefeated regular season. Their last game was March 12th at Mount Hood. They won 75-37. That free throw is good by McKinney.
McKinney, yeah.
And here comes the Clippers.
Yeah, just a little full court pressure, making them work a little bit. Nothing too easy.
It's Jackson with the ball. Jackson kicks over to Foster. Foster tried to go down low for Trotter.
Little miscommunication there.
We've seen a couple of those so far from the Clippers.
Yeah, 7 early turnovers for the Clippers, so they're not able to get the shots off to try to compete with Lane right now.
Let's make Anich. Anich in the corner for Malone. Malone fires up a three-pointer. That's good. Addie Malone for three. Now the lead jumps up 19-6 for Lane.
Malone is one of those players that comes from Centennial High School in Las Vegas, who's just won state championship after state championship, National Players of the Year, and just is a tough-nosed player.
You definitely need that on a championship caliber team like Lane.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Shelley just talks about her competitiveness is just second to none, and you can see that, and she's out there on the floor.
Meanwhile, Birch was left wide open for three, and she knocks that down.
Starting to heat up a little bit from three. That's not good news for the Clippers.
It was only a matter of time before they started to heat up.
Yeah.
5 seconds left to go in the quarter.
See if
Taylor Jackson, see if she can launch a three-pointer.
Oh, good
Shots
look.
up.
Get in there.
Almost. 23-8 is our score after the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after this. (23-8) is our score heading into the second quarter. South Puget Sound hung around there for a little bit. Not a bad first quarter by any means, but it just doesn't help if you're going up against the #1 team overall. Alrighty, for South Puget Sound, it's Brandy Tobin. Tobin gonna get it off the trotter.
I mean, Lane knows the game plan in terms of their ability to pack to paint there, and with the Clippers doing a lot of high ball screens right now, they're just able to slide underneath the ball screens and just really keep them from penetrating in the paint.
Got some more substitutions coming in. It's number 3, Morgan Cooper for Lane. Back up top for Tobin. Tobin. Little mid-range jump shot. That one's good. Looks like that was King for the Clippers. And here comes McAnish right away for Lane. Being double teamed, kicks it off in the corner. It's Malone driving baseline, reverse layup, no good. Battle for the rebound, and King comes away with it.
Yeah, kind of drove without anywhere to go, kind of bailed out with the shot. Almost got it to fall, though.
Almost got it to go. Now it's Trotter right now. Trotter. Little jump shot. That one's no good. Get away with it. It's Hamill, however, a turnover by Lane.
Oh, good find underneath. Help side came over for the block. Saved 2 points.
Good block by Birch.
Some good
Scramble
hustle.
for it again.
Yeah.
And gets it away to Cooper, and there's going to be another foul.
Bodies everywhere.
Body scrambling all over the place right now. Coming in for Lane will be number 25. Looks like that's Sarah Sheppel, and also number 10, Emma McKinney.
Yeah, Sierra. So Sierra's from down the street, Arlington, and understand that she has a large family, and I think I can hear them down below.
Right down the street in Arlington, Washington. Meanwhile, it's McKinney with the ball. Over for Birch. And for Sheppel. Over for Ennington.
Nice crossover attack.
Nice cross, Ennich. 25-10 is our score. Meanwhile, back the other way.
Just off the fingertips.
That was Tobin with the turnover. We're going to have another substitution. Kayla Jackson coming back in for the Clippers. Jackson, 5'6", freshman from Springville, Utah. Now it's McAnish. Clippers trying to do a full court press. Lane breaks that one, goes in the front court. Wide open for three was Sheppel. That one didn't go.
Great pursuit of the ball there by the Clippers.
Good
See if they
effort.
can't get something going up. They're going to set it up.
Jackson's going to drive.
Coach is like, go, go, go. Don't set it up. Go.
And look what happens. Jackson drives down and gets the easy 2 points.
Oh,
Ooh,
pretty
almost
close to an over
backboard.
back. You're right.
Yeah. And that one doesn't go either.
This might be South Puget Sound pace right now. See if Lane likes to play that way too.
A little bit of fast pace right now for South Puget Sound. See if that works for them. It's Aldendorf looking for Jackson. Jackson, she's going to drive down. Kick it off for Foster. Back out for Trotter. Trotter looking to drive. Puts the shot up. That one's no good. You just run into a wall down there on Lane's defense.
She's trying to call for a ball screen, but her teammates were like, ah.
Nah.
So she took it herself.
Right.
Oh, great offensive rebound.
Good offensive rebound there by Hamill after the missed layup by McKinney.
Hamill's averaging 11.5 rebounds a game. Just hanging around at the offensive rim, getting putbacks.
And Trotter with another bucket right there. However, South Puget Sound looks a little bit tired right now. That pass went to nowhere. That's going to be a turnover. Greg Shealy doesn't look too happy with that one.
He expects a little bit more poise, but again, he's got a whole team of freshmen too. This is their first time being at the NWAC championship. Again, for all these athletes, really.
Good experience for them overall going forward as well. Meanwhile, it's Kayla Jackson with the ball for South Puget Sound. Podazdow over to King. Around the horn they go. Jackson in and out. Almost had that one. It's going to be a battle on the ground. That was Aldendorf on the ground, battling for the loose ball. Possession in favor of Lane. And that one gets picked off. And unable to finish the layup.
And another turnover.
Another turnover. And away goes Lane. Now it's Birch in the corner, cross-court pass. And now it's McKinney in the corner for three. That one's no good. Good box out.
Yes.
That's Podazdow, and she's going to get fouled.
A little frustration showing up for Lane right now. Their shots aren't going. You know, South Puget Sound's getting tips on their passes. Kind of they're not used to maybe some uncharacteristic turnovers. Coach Shelley's just letting them play through it a little bit right now, just relying on maybe some experience from some of those other highly competitive, you know, South Region games.
Give credit to South Puget Sound, too, hanging around, giving it all they got. That was Jackson over for Podazdow. We're going to have a foul down low. It's going to go against Lane, number 23, Bella Hamill. Going to make some substitutions here. Kendra McAnish will check back in, as well as number 3, Morgan Cooper. Podazdow. And that gets rejected.
That was a great set. Little screen to screener. Just had the length of Lane come over and take that away from her.
Wow. First went up for the layup. Couldn't convert and went off her last. So turnover. It's back to South Puget Sound. Like you said, Cheryl, Lane looks a little bit frustrated right now. There's Jackson with the ball for South Puget Sound. A bunch of whistles.
We had a little one on the court still cleaning up on here on the right side.
All the players came down his way. So we resume play. It's Podazdow with the ball up top.
Good job by the officials catching that. You can't have a ball boy getting run over.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that today. We're going to have another foul down low.
Yeah, well, they're doing a great job of moving and cutting into space, and I think that's the second foul, at least on Lane, who's just checked the cutter a little bit too physical for them coming across.
If you're South Puget Sound, the only thing that you could really look at today is a big question mark in Lane is their foul trouble. They are 20th in fouls per game. Goldsberry kick it back out to Podazdow.
And at 6'2", she's got a great frame. She was posting up really hard there. Great offensive rebound.
That was King with the offensive rebound. That can't go.
There she goes again.
Another rebound. That one can't go, and finally Lane secures it.
Oh, we got an injured player.
We're going to have a little injury, looks like. It's like frustration coming out on the Lane head coach right now as well. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to talk about Ticket Smarter. Ticket Smarter is the official ticket resale marketplace of the NWAC with seats for over 100.
The landscape of sports is changing. Artificial intelligence is the next
concert, sports event, theater event, and more at ticketsmarter.com.
South Puget Sound has outscored Lane here 6-4.
How about that? The officials are going over something right now.
It's been pretty physical.
Very physical overall. South Puget Sound using their big bodies down low, causing fouls on Lane as well. South Puget Sound shooting 24% right now from the field. Lane 29%. See if South Puget Sound can heat up from downtown. Still only 0 for 4 right now. Lane firing up 15 shots from downtown. They're 5 of 15. Not sure what the official review is right now. Looking at something, but as soon as we find out, we'll let you all know.
Coach Vining's over there firing up her team, keeping them encouraged.
If you're Coach Vining, you can't complain about her team's performance right now. They're hanging in there, giving it all they got. Still hanging around. 27-14 is our score.
You can really tell that she has a high expectation of their effort, their work ethic, how they perform on the floor. You can see by the way that they carry themselves, that they expect to be in this game. You know, didn't matter who they were playing, Lane or whatnot, but that they deserve to be on this court and be deserving to compete. And she's really instilled that in them.
Exactly.
She was a great player herself down, I think, at Federal Way, and went and played at a 4-year school in the Midwest, and she's been an assistant coach at Northwest in Kirkland the last couple of years. So she's been on that sideline for a while, and she knows what to expect in big games.
She knows how to get the best out of these girls down here. The officials come together.
It's going to be Lane basketball.
It's coming out of that timeout, 27-14, 5:15 left to go. Possession for Lane.
South Puget Sound picking up here full court a little bit.
See if they can create some problems for Lane with their full court press. Not sure what the confusion is. Still, everyone's just kind of standing around.
Here we go.
All right.
Little extended break there.
That looks like we're all set to go. We resume action. It's McAnich taking it flying up the court.
Yeah, one person press break there.
In the corner, it's Hamill for three. That's good. Good start out of the timeout there. Actually, that was Sheppel, pardon me. And a quick response by the Titans. That was Trotter over to Jackson. Jackson, she's going to fire a three-pointer and banks it in off the glass. Whatever works. Now it's Sheppel. Sheppel over to McAnich. McAnich for McKinney. McKinney's going to fire a three-pointer. That's good.
Right back at him here.
Teams exchanging three-pointers right now. Up ahead.
Jeez.
And it's Foster. A bit of a scoring spree right now for both teams. That gets poked by Trotter. What a play by Trotter. She's going to lay it up. The energy right now for South Puget Sound is coming alive. Meanwhile, it's Birch. Birch up ahead for McKinney. McKinney, she's looking to drive. Kick it down the corner. Sheppel left alone for three. In and out. And that's a rebound by Goldsberry. She's going to get fouled.
Just reaching in there. It's Lane's fourth foul, so one more until they go to the bonus.
33-21 is our score. 4:01 left to go in the first half. That was Jackson. He's going to take it up. Jackson getting double teamed, looking for help. Gives it off to Trotter. Trotter over to Jackson. Jackson back to Trotter.
Oh, great read.
Jackson for three. Almost put it in. Rebound by Goldsberry. She's going to put it in and one. Look at this.
And Jackson's going to come off of that back pick, and Lane had jumped it and beat her through the screen, so she just popped back, had a great look, and then using his 6'2" frame to corral that offensive rebound for the putback.
We're going to make some substitutions here. Checking back in for the Titans will be number 3, Morgan Cooper. Jenny Goldsberry. Can't get that one to go. Rebounded by Lane. Now it's Sheppel. Gets it off into the front court, nearly picked off. And here's McAnich. McAnich to Sheppel. Sheppel looking to drive. Kick it back out. McKinney for three. That one's off the mark. And that one's rebounded by Cooper. Nice pass. Birch in the corner. That one's no good. McAnich with the rebound. She's going to get fouled. Good ball movement by Lane on that one to create the foul.
That's going to be 2 fouls on Trotter. She's their leading scorer and their playmaker. Certainly got to be careful with that here with 3 minutes to go.
You definitely don't want her to get in foul trouble right now. As that first free throw by McAnich is good. Second free throw rims out. So 1 for 2 at the line for McAnich. And here comes South Puget Sound. It's Jackson. Jackson gives over to Trotter. And Trotter looking to create a play. She's going to drive. Little jump shot is good. Beautiful play by Trotter on that one.
Again, just was able to go against 2 defenders and rise up above them. They were there in her face and contesting.
11 points now for Trotter. McKinney left off wide open.
Yeah.
She goes in for the easy too.
Faked that handoff and kept it herself.
Now it's Trotter. Trotter looking to drive on Birch. She's going to drive again, put it up, and that one's no good. And we got a foul on South Puget Sound.
And Trotter played at Todd Beamer High School, and Coach Corey Alexander has done an amazing job there for years and years developing talent.
It's the weekend, baby!
I was going to say, she's coming off of a first-team All-League performance this year as well, and is 8th in the league in total scoring, so they really rely on her at almost 17 a game for their point production.
She is no doubt one of their main players. Meanwhile, it's going to be another turnover for Lane. Now Sheppel driving in, loses the ball. Right back to South Puget Sound. That was Trotter with the ball. Trotter will dribble it into the front court. Trotter for Jackson. Down low for Goldsberry. Goldsberry gets her own rebound. It's fouled. She'll go to the line.
Lane's up to 8 turnovers in this game already. They only averaged 13 on the season, so that's got to be something that they'll address at halftime.
A little bit of showing signs of a little bit uncharacteristic things from Lane right now.
Yeah. And South Puget Sound has 7 offensive rebounds. That's keeping them, in the game, giving them some free throw attempts. Unfortunately, they're not able to convert on that right now. Just 2 of 6.
South Puget Sound also has 10 turnovers on the game. That one was way off.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Lane. Sheppel over to McAnich. Over to McKinney. McKinney to Birch. Birch. Pump fakes a 3. Goes over to Sheppel. Ball screen by McAnich. Birch. Back to Sheppel. Good ball moving right now. McAnich down low. Unable to get that one going. Rebounded by Goldsberry. And here comes South Puget Sound. It's Jackson. Jackson looking for options. Set screen by Goldsberry. Goes around the screen and gives it on over to Aldendorf. However, she loses that one. It's going to be a turnover for South Puget Sound.
A lot of attention on that post defense there.
Now it's McKinney. McKinney looking to drive on Jackson. Swings it over. Aldendorf for 3. That one's good. Actually, that's Cooper. Apologize. Cooper for 3. And now it's back to 39-25 for Lane.
Yeah, kind of really working on that spread offense where they've got 4 around 1, and she can step out, create 5-out options. She can set ball screens and pick and pop, pick and roll.
The pass is too high. You just have so many options to go to on Lane.
Yeah.
As a ball handler.
And, you got McInich, the one that's in setting the ball screens, and her best offense is being able to get it, at that nail and rip and go and finish. So it's a great offense they have going right now.
McKinney's going and gets a roll for her. So all of a sudden it's back to 41-25 now for Lane.
Yep.
And Jackson with the ball.
Yeah, just a little over 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock, so South Puget Sound can really get it down and limit Lane to a last second shot themselves. Looks like they're going to dribble it out. Get Trotter in a high ball screen, let her create.
Trotter driving down, little floater. Can't get it to go.
Oh.
It's going to go back to Lane.
4 seconds. Got about 4 seconds to dribble if Lane can get it going downhill. They should be able to get maybe a decent shot here.
And it's McKinney.
Got away with the travel there.
That was a travel.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the half, 41-25 with our
Sell online tickets directly from your school's website. Scan digital or printed tickets with the Hometown Gate app. And get immediate access to ticket revenue with real-time reporting at no cost to your school. It's that easy to bring touchless ticketing to your hometown. Hometown. Fast scans, happy fans.
Hey NWAC fans, check out the official NWAC merchandise. Find masks, beanies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. The NWAC is more than sports. Visit NWACstore.com.
The Toledo Ticket Company is a manufacturer, technology, and service provider, specializing in the design and production of the highest quality, secure entry, revenue control, paper, plastic, and touchless ticketing solutions in the industry. We literally manufacture tickets of every description on every available substrate, tailoring completely to our customers' needs. Our longevity, our industry leadership, our technological innovation, and our customer relations. These are the things that make the Toledo Ticket Company one of the world's greatest.
Sell online tickets directly from your school's website. Scan digital or printed tickets with the Hometown Gate app. And get immediate access to ticket revenue with real-time reporting at no cost to your school. It's that easy to bring touchless ticketing to your hometown. Hometown. Fast scans, happy fans.
Hey NWAC fans, check out the official NWAC merchandise. Find masks, beanies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. The NWAC is more than sports. Visit NWACstore.com.
The Toledo Ticket Company is a manufacturer, technology, and service provider, specializing in the design and production of the highest quality, secure entry, revenue control, paper, plastic, and touchless ticketing solutions in the industry. We literally manufacture tickets of every description on every available substrate, tailoring completely to our customers' needs. Our longevity, our industry leadership, our technological innovation, and our customer relations. These are the things that make the Toledo Ticket Company one of the world's greatest.
Welcome back, fans, from the half. 41-25 is our score in favor of Lane. Get ready for the second half start.
Be interested to see what kind of adjustments both coaches made coming out of halftime. You know, South Puget Sound starting with the ball.
And it's Trotter, the leading scorer right now for the Clippers. Trotter with the ball here on the near side. And Jackson with the three. That's good. Good start here, the Clippers.
It's a great set. You got Trotter coming off a ball screen, but they had Jackson coming off of a backside stagger. So all the attention's on Trotter coming off. That way Jackson can just get a wide open three.
McKinney's three is no good. Rebound King. And here come the Clippers once again. Tobin with the ball. Being double teamed. Looking to get rid of it. Gives out to Goldsberry. Goldsberry down low. Can't get it to go. And it's going to be a foul on the Clippers.
Tobin's a Hawaii product, and a lot of these NWAC teams are just littered with Hawaiians that come over and compete, tough as nails. You know, Peninsula College typically has 3 or 4 of them on their roster every year.
Here is Birch with the ball, gives it off to McAnick. McAnick looking to drive. There's going to be a foul.
Trying to get through that high ball screen. I think Hamill got a little lucky. She might have stuck that hip out, so that might be something the referees are looking at down the stretch.
So McKinney with the ball up top. And it's Birch. Birch looking to drive.
Yep.
Birch to Cooper. Birch straight away three. Can't get that one to go.
Yeah, staying with that 4-out spread offense. Again, just try to rely on their bread and butters, you know, hitting those threes, which they're about on pace. They typically shoot about 38%. That just dropped them to 36, so.
Meanwhile, here's Trotter driving. Oh. Nice looking layup, just couldn't get it to go.
Yes.
Trotter seems to be doing everything right now for the Clippers. Meanwhile, it's Burks that's driving in the corner. McKinney, nice pass to Cooper. That jump shot was able to go by Hamill, and away go the Clippers with it. And it's Jackson. Jackson for Tobin. Tobin up top. Gives it down low. And getting fouled on that play will be number 23, Peyton Foster.
Peyton Foster was second team All-League here for the Clippers. From Woodland, Washington, kind of in that southern part.
5'10" freshman. Just like we said in our last game, Cheryl, South Puget Sound, they are also a very young team with a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, with the COVID year, a lot of these players, you know, are listed as freshmen, but this is really their second year as a freshman, and in terms of being able to, develop that extra year is huge. Ball handling, shooting, just gets away on that transition offense for the Clippers. But, it gave them an opportunity last year to kind of maybe try out a new system. A lot of individual skill work time because they really had times where they can only have 4 in a gym at a time. Small group, even 3-on-3, working on skill development, read-react screens. And so I think there's a different maturity and development with the NWAC teams this year, again, because they are second-year freshmen or third-year sophomores.
McAnish with the 3 right there, gets it to go. And here's Trotter with the ball. Gives it off Jackson. She's going to fire another 3-pointer. That one doesn't go. Battle for the rebound.
Got a great look.
Away comes McGannick. She's going to drive all the way and get fouled by Jackson.
Lane has so many players that can get the ball and push it in transition. So you have a player who typically might be a slasher at the nail, but she gets the board and can take it herself, and fortunately got some hand checks there. And got to watch the foul trouble for South Puget Sound.
Sierra Shepley checks back in for the Titans. And for McAnish.
That's such a great action right there.
Just going to get the shot to go.
And set kind of a reverse nail action to bring Sheppel off of that screen. Wide open look.
So Trotter got fouled, and she'll go back to the line. Coach Greg Shelley calling some of his players to come over. Trotter's first free throw is no good.
Yeah. Second trip to the line for her this morning. 1 of 3, hoping to capitalize on this next one.
Second free throw is no good either. So an empty trip for the Clippers on that possession. There goes Shepley. Over for McAnick. To Cooper. Cooper. She's going to drive down the lane. Layup is good. Good looking shot by Cooper.
I mean, the strength of Lane's offense is to spread it, right, because they're all great shooters. So that way, when you have a player that has the ability to, make a move, change a direction, get to the rim, the defensive rotation is too spread out. They can't get there in time. And so she was able to get really a clean look at the rim.
46-29 is our score. We'll be back after this.
The landscape of sports is changing. Artificial intelligence is the next evolution. And we're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus, our indoor and outdoor smart camera solution. With multiple lenses and automatic player tracking, you get the perfect angle every time. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Huddle Focus will automatically start recording using your team schedule in Huddle. Or you can record on the fly with the Huddle Focus app. The era of hands-free film is here. Instant uploads allow you to analyze video immediately after the game. Or let our team of analysts track the data for you with Huddle Assist. Shrink your post-game review time with Focus uploads and assist stats and reports, so you can spend less time on logistics and more time on your game plan. Huddle Focus is
46-29 is our score. 6:29 left to go in the third quarter. It's McAnick with the ball, dribbling it up, being watched closely by Podazdow. McAnick, she's going to turn the corner, drive, kick it back out in the corner. It's McKinney for 3. She's the leading scorer for Lane. Couldn't get that one to go, and away goes Jackson to Podazdow. Back to Jackson, and just can't get the layup to go. It was almost a turnover by Lane. And now it's McAnick with the ball.
McKinney's leaving the Titans in scoring this morning.
He's got 13 on the day.
Yeah, transfer from OAT. Got Got a little lucky for Titans as she's a friend of Coach Greg's daughter. So a little previous relationship helping in that recruiting process.
A nice connection right there for them. And a three-pointer right there for King. That's 46-32 in favor of Lane. South Puget Sound all game long really has just been hanging around. McCannick in the corner for McKinney. McKinney driving baseline, and she's going to get fouled.
Again, I've just been impressed with South Puget Sound's just grit, and they're sticking to their game plan, and they're bought in. I mean, they believe the system, they believe the game plan, and they're just kind of a quick run away from really being a contender in the game.
Definitely. Maddie Birch checking back in. Down low. That's a good play off the inbound pass right there. It's Hamill with the finish.
That was a great look. Maybe that gets her going a little bit. Just 1 for 7 so far in today's game.
Here it's Tobin. That's going to be a walk.
She thinks she was pushed a little bit there, but yeah, she definitely shuffled her feet.
She had a few words for the ref. We carry on. Now it's McCannick. McCannick's going to drive all the way down the lane. Nobody's really around her, but still looking for her pass, and it's Birch. Birch for McKinney. McKinney, spin move. McCannick over to Malone. Malone splits the D. Little floater is good.
Got it to go. Again, a great look. Was able to, like you said, split that hedge on the defense right into the heart of the key and just put it up, laid it in soft.
Now it's Podazdow. Lane right now with an 18-point lead over South Puget Sound. It's Tobin. Driving in was Foster. And we have another foul.
Working hard off that offensive glass. Those are fouls that as a coach you can live with. You know, somebody trying to be aggressive to get you a second chance.
48-29 is our score. We'll be right back after this.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Baden, the official ball of you.
(50-32) is our score. 4:22 left to go in the third quarter. Emma McKinney at the line for Lane. First free throw is good. McKinney now 14 points on the day. And the second free throw is good. So now back to a 20-point lead for Lane.
Looking to kind of a little run and jump here, catch Puget Sound off guard. Almost got a steal right there. Oh, excellent.
To Foster. Oh.
Just couldn't finish. That was a great find.
Podazdow gets the own rebound and puts it in.
Just persevering on the offensive glass right now.
Well, it's McCannick. Over for McKinney. McKinney driving in. Almost got it to go.
Yeah. I was talking to Coach Shelley earlier this week and kind of mentioned that he had won his 700th game. So I started doing some research. I was like, well, that means 1992 when you started first coaching, Sir Mix-a-Lot was the #1 song in the country.
Bringing back the old days for him.
He was laughing.
Well,
yeah.
Congratulations to Shelley on 700 wins. I'm sure that's a major accomplishment
Huge.
for his career.
Yeah, gas was $1.13 back then.
Wow, $1.13.
I think I paid $4.89 the other day.
$4.89, right? All right, Pedazzo with the ball, dribbling it into the front court here. Being watched by Malone.
And Trotter's not in the game right now, so they run in a little bit different type of offense where she's their playmaker off of a ball screen, and there they get an offensive foul. Just rolled a little too early. Lane's been going underneath ball screens all day, so that's where you got to hold it. You really have to do that. 1001, let the offense clear the ball screen before you can make a pick or pop read.
Meanwhile for Lane right now, it's Mechanic with the ball. They give it off to McKinney. McKinney over to Malone. Malone in the corner, it's McKinney. Mechanic calling for it. Instead it goes to Malone again. Fadeaway jump is no good. Let's put Dazdow over to Jackson. Jackson, she's had a solid game. Over that one short, but it falls right into the hands of Foster. She can't get that to go. He's going to stay right there with South Puget Sound. Now Trotter back into the game after taking a quick breather. Jackson down low for Goldsberry. Goldsberry puts it up. Nice looking shot by Goldsberry.
She was able to get some deep position, so really able to turn over that left shoulder to her strong right hand.
Now it's Birch. Birch for Shepley, back to Mechanic. Mechanic. A little miscommunication between her and McKinney. That's a turnover for Lane.
Looks like they were trying to get back into some of their ball screen continuity that they went to earlier in the year, or excuse me, earlier in the game.
So Trotter to inbound, up to Pedazdow. Over for Trotter on the far side, watched closely by Birch. Back to Pedazdow. Foster, Tobin. Tobin, Pedazdow in the corner. Unable to get that jump shot. And rebounded by Lane. Here comes Mechanic, pushing the pace. Mechanic, little floater is good. She seems to be doing that when she comes down the court, pushing the tempo.
Yeah, she's done an excellent job. Yeah, right back at him. South Puget Sound attacking the rim and transition offense too.
Foster gets fouled and she'll go to the line. First free throw is good. And second free throw is good as well. 55-38 is our score. Minute 55 left to go in the third quarter between the Lane Titans and South Puget Sound Clippers. In the corner, it's McKinney. McKinney, she's going to drive all the way in, get fouled, and one.
You know, the South Puget Sound, they have to close out because they're all three-point shooters. And so what you're going to do is maybe her philosophy is like, let's give up twos for threes, right? So They're closing out hard. They're running the shooters off the three-point line, but that second line of defense isn't really rotating over there as quick. And that's where she's done a good job of being able to get to the rim, and she's just excellent at finishing around the rim today.
That's what's so special about Lane. They can beat you down low, beyond the arc, however you want it.
A complete scoring team.
Exactly.
They're not so bad on defense. I mean, they have South Puget Sound at 38 points right now.
20-point lead right now for the Titans. This Trotter driving in the paint, unable to get that one to go.
You know, they put Birch on Trotter in the second half, and that length, I think, has bothered her a little bit more. She hasn't been able to rise up above it like she was early in the first half.
Meanwhile, there's Hamill putting back the rebound.
Birch was first team all league on, or first team all defense, so she has a tall task here defending the Clippers' best scorer.
Let's put that down. In for Goldsberry. Goldsberry banks it off the glass.
It was against a double team, too.
Right. That's going to be a hard foul by McKinney. It's going to go against Podazdow, however. And McKinney to the line.
Goldsberry's had a good second half scoring in the paint. She's 4 of 6.
Best nine on the day.
12 rebounds, she's got 9 points. Nearing that double-double.
First free throw by McKinney is good. And McKinney's second free throw is good. So Jackson into the front court. She's going to take it in. Podazzo thought about the three. Kicks back out to Trotter. Trotter. Back to Podazzo. Podazzo. She's going to fire the three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Trotter. Trotter. Back to Podazzo. Goes back up with it. And gets it to go. Nice find by Trotter to find Podazzo cutting in. And here comes Lane and McKinney once again. 12 seconds left to go.
Yeah. Oh.
Over and back. Good defense by Podazzo.
Got 9 seconds. You got a lot of time to work here to get a great shot.
Checking back in for Lane is Sarah Ball. Putting a little more height in there at 6'1". And it's Podazzo.
Yeah. Looks like a double high ball screen here. Probably going under both of them.
There she goes, puts it up, and Unruly gets it to go. So, 62-38 is our score. Let's go into the final quarter. We'll be back after this. 62-42 is our score with 28.2 left with 10 minutes to go in the final quarter. In the corner, that one's no good. That was Shepley. And here comes Bedazdow looking to push the pace. Jackson kicks it back out to Bedazdow. Over to Trotter. Jackson's going to take the three and drill it. Good looking three-pointer by Jackson. And a turnover by Lane. Here comes Trotter down the other end. Puts it up and it's fouled. A good start for South Puget Sound to begin the last quarter. Trotter's first free throw is no good.
She struggled from the line so far. I think it just so much energy again, putting the team offensively on her back. And Lane has just been firing different types of defenders at her. She's had to really work hard. It's good to see that go through the hoop. Maybe that confidence can get the next one to go through.
Back the other way, it's Lane. Shepley, she's going to fire the three and gets it to go.
Went under the ball screen on shooters. That's going to happen.
Good looking shot by Shepley. There's now 65-46 lead for Lane. In the corner is Jackson. She's going to fire three and puts it in. Nice response by Jackson.
I mean, she's a 25% shooter from three coming into today's game, and she's lighting it up.
Now Shepley, she's going to fire another three. That's good. Battle between Shepley and Jackson right now. All of a sudden, both teams finding a spark. Now it's Trotter. Tobin thought about the three. Now it's Bedazzo. She's going to try a three. That's good. Oh, my goodness. Both teams just firing from downtown. It's going in. Now it's Shepley. What's she going to do? She's going to drive baseline and get fouled.
It's an exciting start to a fourth quarter.
Really? Didn't expect this one.
It took them a little while to kind of heat up, and now all of a sudden it's 10-6 in a minute and 50 seconds.
Meanwhile, Shepley will go to the line. She's had a good day overall as that first free throw is no good. Shepley, she has 12 on the day. That's a 4 for 12 from downtown. Second free throw is good. So 69-52 is our score. Now it's Trotter. Trotter looking to drive. She's going to put it up. That one's no good. It's rebounded by Hamill. Here comes Hamill. Over to Shepley. Shepley, she's going to fire three. This is a heat check right here. That was good. However, she gets fouled.
Kind of got caught in the middle of that closeout of there's a shooter, she's hot, but couldn't quite get the closeout under control.
Looks like Bedazdow will take a seat. Checking in will be Aldenoff. First free throw is good for Shepley.
A couple players for South Puget Sound that have 4 fouls. Goldsberry and Casado playing some significant minutes and significant role for them right now.
And keep in mind the foul trouble if you're South Puget Sound right now. And that was good as well. So lead it back up to 20. Here come the Clippers. It's Tobin. Tobin driving in. Kick it out to Trotter. Trotter, she's going to split the D and put it up for 2. Nice play by Trotter. Here comes McKinney. Mechanic in the corner, swings it back. Up top is Hamill. That's pretty play by Hamill. And she puts it in.
Yeah, they've kind of gone back to that spread offense again and getting the ball at the nail and letting their athletes work there.
Now it's Tobin. Tobin. Look at the pass. Gives out to Trotter. Trotter, she tried to scoop layup. That was no good, but she gets fouled by Birch.
South Puget Sound, early in the game, they were setting a lot higher ball screens. That was allowing Lane to go under and really protect the paint. Coach's adjustment is you can see they're setting some ball screens that are around the 15, 17-foot mark. So Lane has to now decide, do I go over or under? And now they're able to get to the paint a little bit, and especially for Trotter, who excels at slashing and getting to that mid-range. It's been helping her in this fourth quarter.
Trotter's first free throw is good. And second free throw is good for Trotter. So Mechanic with the ball. She'll dribble around, drive down the lane, and put it up. That's too easy if you're South Puget Sound right now.
That's a couple times they've just scored on just keeping those handoffs. Ooh. Little physical play there.
And Lane back with the ball after that turnover by South Puget Sound. It's McKinney. She's going to drive down the lane as well. Put it up. No good. Rebounded by Hamill. That's no good. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Birch. Birch, she's going to drive. Little floater is good.
Yeah, 3 looks at the rim. 3 good looks.
And here comes Jackson driving in. Goes off the foot. And it's Hamill. Battle for the ball. And McKinney comes on top with it. Here comes McKinney being chased by Jackson. McKinney behind her back, down the lane. Hard foul. That's going to be an offensive foul on McKinney.
Great job of stepping up and taking one there.
McKinney was coming full speed ahead.
I mean, you can just see how much both of these teams want it. They're physical, they're on the floor, stepping up, taking charges for their team, creating second chance opportunities.
It's been an entertaining fourth quarter. Meanwhile, it's Tobin with the ball. Now it's King from the free throw line, banks it in again. Score is now 78-58. Just about 5 minutes to go here in this one. It's Mechanic. Drives baseline, kicks it out.
Beautiful setup.
That was Malone for 3. Meanwhile, back the other way, too far ahead. Everyone seems to be okay down there. And it's Mechanic. Mechanic for Shepley. Shepley, Malone, Birch. Mid-range jump shot, that's no good. Rebounded by Shepley. Shepley goes back up with it, that's no good. And Tobin gets the rebound, she is fouled.
Yeah, a little reach in, trying to get that offensive board. This is where the lane's depth is really helping out, where you can see some of these South Puget Sound players have just put everything into their game so far, and this is a needed break for them.
We'll take a break as well. 81-58 is our score. We'll be back after this.
The landscape of sports is changing. Artificial intelligence is the next evolution. And we're bringing it to fields and gyms everywhere with Huddle Focus, our indoor and outdoor smart camera solution. With multiple lenses and automatic player tracking, you get the perfect angle every time. Just mount it, set it, and forget it. Huddle Focus will automatically start recording using your team schedule in Huddle. Or you can record on the fly with the Huddle Focus app. The era of hands-free film is here. Instant uploads allow you to analyze video immediately after the game. Or let our team of analysts track the data for you with Huddle Assist. Shrink your post-game review time with focused uploads and assist stats and reports, so you can spend less time on logistics and more time on your game plan. Huddle Focus is also revolutionizing the fan experience. With flexible live streaming options,
81-58 is our score. 5:08 left to go in this one. Lane on top. Now it's Bedazzle for Trotter. Trotter, she's looking to drive, puts it up, and it's fouled. Malone doesn't agree. Some more substitutions coming in. McKinney comes back in as well as Ball. Birch will take a seat as well as Mechanic.
Sheree is at 5'9". I mean, that's a good-sized point guard coming off of this, and she's done a good job of using her body to keep the separation between the ball and the rim with that defender in there, so she's drawn fouls. That a girl converts on this second one. That's great for her.
Second free throw is good for Trotter, and it's McKinney back the other way. Malone. Thought about taking it. Takes it back to McKinney. Cross-court pass. Intercepted by Trotter. Trotter read that one perfectly. Now it's Trotter. Down low for Bedazzle. Bedazzle. Reverse layup is good.
That's great.
Bedazzle, the shortest player out there on the court. Doesn't matter.
Hustle, just diving on the floor. You know, Trotter made that steal. She was defensive player of the league. Defensive player of the year in that league this year, and that shows her anticipation and just picking off that skip pass.
Now it's McKinney. Going for Ball. Ball. Back out. Shepley. Malone will take the three. That's off the mark. Rebound goes back to Shepley. Shepley. Watched closely by Jackson. And took a timeout by Lane. The 30-second timeout. The NWAC website, nwacsports.org, is powered by Presto Sports, all-in-one sports technology platform to streamline your processes and delight your fans. Check out prestosports.com to see how. Just as a reminder, Game 3 coming up next between Wenatchee Valley and Whatcom. The game's set to start at 12 o'clock. Jackson falls down, gives off to Shepley. Shepley over to Malone. Malone crisscrosses. Mid-range jump shot is good. That was a pretty shot by Malone.
That was a great job of flipping the screen. Really ran that defender into it.
And Trotter's going to get fouled on the other end.
Trotter's heating up because she's got a smaller defender on her now. Malone, much of that third quarter and early in the fourth quarter where she had the taller defender on her, she just couldn't get those shots off.
Malone, who's a 5'2" freshman. As you said before, went to Centennial High School. That free throw is good by Trotter. And that one's good as well. And a strip by Trotter. Trotter back the other way. Gives it back to King.
A little too unselfish there, huh?
Yeah.
The 2-on-1.
I think if you're King, you take that one up. Substitution coming in is Mechanic. And Ball will take a seat.
A little double screen action there.
It's Trotter with the jump shot. That's good. Mechanic Up ahead, Shepley for three, off the mark. Trotter with the rebound. Here she goes the other way. Trotter driving all the way, and she's going to be fouled again. Trotter is still down. Trotter's first free throw, off the mark.
She's had a tough time on the first shot and has usually been hitting the second one here. Be interesting to see if coach will get him into some full court pressure a little bit.
And the second free throw is good. So Trotter will take a seat now. Coming in is Brandy Tobin.
Kind of holding that leg a little bit. She's got the Theragun, trying to work the muscles out.
Maybe cramping up a little bit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Malone down the other end. They are so fast in transition. Up the other way, it's Jackson. She's open. She's going to put it in. And it's McKinney. The pace is picking up a little bit right now. McKinney all the way. She's going to put it up and in.
Coach is screaming to get back, get back.
Yeah. Now it's Tobin. Tobin for Jackson. Jackson, she's going to launch a long three.
Why
and
not?
good.
Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, 5 for 9 today.
Back the other way. It's Malone. Mid-range jump shot. That one's no good.
I mentioned earlier, Jackson just 25% three-point shooter on the year.
And here comes Bedazdow. She's going to launch a three. That was off the mark. Rebounded by Jackson.
I mean, when you're playing against
Jackson again. Oh, my goodness.
Man, the bench is going nuts. They got Wacom behind the bench there, just waving the towel too.
That's no good. And it's going to be fouled.
I'm sure other teams competing in this tournament wouldn't mind seeing the #1 overall team go down.
Most definitely. I can see why Wacom is pulling for South Puget Sound right now.
Yeah. South Puget Sound has a little work to do here in the last 2 minutes, but they are trying to make it interesting.
They are having fun nonetheless, which is good.
Yeah. That's her 5th foul. Goldsberry was just 1 point shy of a double-double.
Good day for Goldsberry overall. And then Mechanic at the free throw line. First one is good. Second one is no good.
Oh.
And the rebound goes to Lane.
Got to secure that for the momentum.
Definitely. Malone in the corner. She's going to launch a three. That's no good. Burke's left wide open. Nobody boxed her out. However, King was able to come up with the rebound. And here comes Trotter. Trotter all the way. Gets it to go. 88-76. Don't go anywhere yet.
Yeah. And Trotter and Jackson are showing up. I mean, you got to do something special, right, to play on to day 2. And both of these young athletes are just playing with their heart out.
Playing it all out. So we're going to have a quick timeout. It's only going to be a 30-second timeout right now. What a wild fourth quarter it has been. 34-26 in favor of South Puget Sound in the fourth quarter alone.
I love it.
STSPN. This championship broadcast is produced by Snohomish Times Sports Network. STSPN is your source for live sports in Western Washington. Email them, produce your next event at sports@stspn.com. 88-76, Trotter to the free throw line.
I mean, if she can sink this, get it to 11, there's just under 2 minutes to play. I mean, it's not out of the question the way that they've been pouring it in this fourth quarter.
Is it too early to foul in your opinion, Cheryl, if you're South Puget Sound?
Yeah, I think I would give it a couple more possessions. Just because Lane also, unless Coach Shelley told him, Lane still pulls the trigger pretty quick, right? They're still going to probably play who they are, but you can certainly see an effort to double team the ball here, make them pass it. Maybe they make a passing error. South Puget Sound has the jump ball, you know, so if they can tie it up, but that's a tough possession by Lane. Coming out, they use the clock, got a high percentage shot at the rim.
Jackson, why not? 4-3. That's off the mark this time. Have a rebounded by King. He's going to get fouled.
5 team fouls, so they'll be on the free throw line. I said it earlier in the game. That's kind of one of their Achilles' heels. I mean, South Puget Sound is just 54% from the free throw line on the year. And
right now, too.
They're right about that today.
Yeah, 50%.
Those are one of those stats when you, at the end of the day, if you don't come out on top and you're like, oh, darn. I mean, 12 of 24 right now.
Just a few more of those.
Yeah.
There's another missed free throw.
But they should be proud of this effort no matter what way it goes.
I don't think anybody expected it to be this close. Meanwhile, there's an empty trip at the free throw line again by South Puget Sound. Full court press and an offensive foul. Now it's Jackson with the ball. Jackson over to Trotter. Trotter looking to drive, and she falls down.
Yeah. Got her feet tangled up there a little bit. That was a nice little set because it gave her an ISO on the wing where they're, again, trying to run Jackson off of that high back pick, and a lot of attention being paid to her right now with her three-point shooting, and all eyes are on her, and Trotter just takes it off.
So Trotter to the free throw line once again. Trotter 8 for 15 at the charity stripe. And can't get that one to go either.
Those have been hard-earned free throws. She might have had to pick herself up off the floor every single time to make her way to the free throw line.
Every time she seems to be on the ground before shooting free throws.
Yeah.
And that's a steal by Trotter once again. Trotter with the baseline jump shot. That's no good. But it's going to stay right with South Puget Sound.
If Lane moves on, they're going to be looking at kind of this end of game, well, especially this fourth quarter in terms of, you know, turnovers that led to points for South Puget Sound.
That's a foul call.
It was nearly another turnover there. End of game situations. You know, they were really poised and in control during that third quarter because they were able to get great shots by, you know, South Puget Sound being over aggressive. They were able to get to the rim. And then when there's a collapse, they were able to kick it out. And they just haven't been able to have as many of those attempts here in the fourth quarter. South Puget Sound is kind of, it has really made them kind of speed up, right? I mean, there's almost another turnover. And they got the foul on there, but that was almost.
Almost another turnover by them. If you're Coach Shelley moving forward, Cheryl, based off today's performance, we say a little sloppy in ways and things to work on going forward?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit, we talked about they've had a little bit of a layoff from the end of regular season till now. Again, they're all new athletes experiencing championship for the first time because of what the last couple of years in the pandemic has looked like, but there's certainly some things that they've done well. They've gotten to the free throw line. They've converted from the free throw line. You know, I think most of it's probably just learning to take care of the ball a little bit more. They've got, you know, 16 turnovers, which is higher than their season average, but overall, you know, they're plus rebounding.
It's going to be a foul again on South Puget Sound.
But assuming they move on to play Spokane tomorrow, that's going to be an exciting,
That'll be a fun game.
competitive game. Both teams have gotten up and down as we saw Spokane play. A lot of full court pressing both ways.
We saw Spokane beat Everett 67-51 earlier today. It's looking like Lane will be their next big opponent. Both free throws are good for Hamill. Now it's Trotter again. Trotter, she's going to drive all the way and put it in for 2. South Puget Sound going to full court press. It's Mechanic. Or for Shepley, and she's going to get fouled.
Oh, coach is trying to let him play it out here. It's a 15-point game, and it feels like a 3-point game at times.
In a way, especially during this quarter.
Yeah.
It's been fun and entertaining.
That's the one thing, you know, Lane has done is the South Puget Sound has just been out of their minds offensively, but Lane, just because of their composure or their ability to score, I mean, they're at 95, their season average is 93, right? So their philosophy is, well, we can just outscore you, but they were able to sustain so many of these runs because they have multiple players that can score. They have 5 players in double digits and, you know, a couple that just knocking on that door. So maybe against some other teams that couldn't keep that scoring pace with South Puget Sound in this fourth quarter might have lost the game.
Exactly. So they're just going to play it out. That'll do it for this one. So 96-81 is our final. What an effort by South Puget Sound overall. They have every reason to be proud about this performance today.
Great effort by both sides.
Well, that's going to do it for us here from David Walter, Cheryl Sorensen. It was great working with you today, Cheryl. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back here for the next one. Stay tuned.